Chapter 6. How many more bloody chapters are there? I'm telling you. Oh, my resolve is being tested now. This looks a little bit more promising. What are they doing? Look like they're presiding over something. Excuse me? Is that a word wall? Oh! Could well be, but we ain't gonna be reading any words just yet! Whoa! We've taken down these two geeks. Move it or lose it! Bathe in the light of the word wall. Not quite yet. I'll be back. Ah! Oh. Final piece of the dragon aspect puzzle! Use a bend will shout to tame Sarota. Oh! In a minute. Just unlock this last shout that I've got. Dragon aspect. I need to unlock the final piece. There we go. Okay. Hello, buddy.
Hail, Fury. Your Fuhum has the mastery. Climb aboard and I will carry you to Miraak.
My own taxi. And I have to say, under my breath of course, for fear of hurting the poor thing's feelings, he is the ugliest dragon I've ever seen. Yep, I didn't say that out loud. Wow. But I bet he can deal some mean damage. Okay, we seem to get this option every time we ride a dragon.
He knew you will come here.
Yes, well, I don't like to beat my own drum, but I'm no shrinking violet myself. Get my drift. Lock on. Now they fire. Oh, just like that. Yeah. Kill it! Burn this bleeder to death! Ah. Okay, forget it. I was just having a bit of fun with them, or maybe not. Maybe I'm just gonna kill them. Ah. I attack. I'm riding a dragon and killing things.
As you command.
There we go. Ha ha. Feel the frost burn, baby. There she blows.
As you command.
Well, seeing as we couldn't do this last time when I first rode a dragon, we'll do it now. Don't know if we have to do it. In fact, can I lob spells from up here? I don't think so. But I certainly have my hands ready as if I'm going to lob some spells. Okay. Put my hands away. I'm just showing off, really. Look at me! No hands! Whoa, he can fly backwards. Good work. Now let's go to Miraak. I've had my fun. I'm flying without wings. Was that a song? I'm sure it was. Many years ago. Although technically I have wings. Giant, dragon-like wings. Use A to land. Ah. Top of Miraak's tower, eh? Put me down. I want to face him mano a mano.
Zarota, are you so easily swayed? No, not yet. We should greet our guest first. And so the first Dragonborn meets the last Dragonborn at the summit of Apocrypha.
Yes, indeed.
No doubt, just as Hermaeus Mora intended. He is a fickle master, you know.
It's a bit
But
dark.
now I will be free of him. My time in Apocrypha is over.
There we go.
You are here in your full power, and thus subject to my full power. You will die, and with the power of your soul, I will return to Solstheim and be master of my own fate once again.
Gotcha! So it starts. I will be not summoning any creatures to my aid. This is me and you, Miraak. You underestimate me. Come on. Where are you going? Whoa! Oh! What's going on? Oh, nice party piece! Ah! Ah! Ugh! Ah! Hey! Oh! Stop trying to tickle me, boy! Okay. Okay. What shall we do? Bit of healing to start with. Switch to a bit of ice. Oh, it looks like his own beast is attacking him. You've lost control, my friend. He bends to my will now. He's doing it again. He is. He's doing it again. What the hell is that? I said I wasn't going to summon anything, but I've changed my mind. I hope you like spiders, mister. 6 spiders! Attack! Oh! 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 Oh shoot, I'm almost dead. It's a good job I have potions, isn't it? Come on, find the blooded things. There we go. There's my spiders. Why aren't they moving? Find some more. It's fine, it's fine. Jumping flame spiders. Drop them at his feet. 5. Have another 5. Go, spiders, go! Go! They don't work here. Damn you and your wards! Ooh, ah! Whoa! Oh! Sarata, what are you doing? What are you doing? We were friends! For a short time. He's done it again. Right, this is getting silly. Time for the final reckoning. Unleash every power I have! Bones of Earth! Dragon Skin! Secret of Protection! Let's go! Ah! 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 You don't know who you're messing with here, Miraak! Ah! Ah! I'm immune! Immune! Oh. Where is he?
Get to think to escape me, Miraak. You can hide nothing from me here. No matter. I am the new Dragonborn to serve me.
May he be rewarded for his service, as I am.
Miraak, harbor fantasies of rebellion against me. Serve me faithfully, and you will continue to be richly rewarded.
I won't be serving no one. I simply want to return to Skyrim. And run the blooming college. Getting too old for this game. And I've only been doing it a few months. Okay, Miraak's belongings. He's, well, been destroyed by Her Memora here. Look at that. Increase your magic by 60 points. Another mask for my collection. Along with Miraak's sword, his staff, his gloves, his boots, his motorcycle, and his robes. We're carrying too much to be able to run. Well, thank the gods for potions, that's all I can say. Thank the gods for potions. Whew. Well, when I first landed here in Solstheim and stumbled across Miraak for the first time, it was quite an intimidating presence. Riding a dragon and pretty much having me on my knees, writhing in pain, and here I am. A few weeks later, I can ride dragons, and Miraak lies dead at my feet. And to be quite frank with you, he wasn't as tough as I thought he was. Oh. Hey, well, been fun, Memora. It's been fun. What the hell are these? Clear pickpocket perks. Clear speech perks. Clear all the various perks. I wonder if this is a point in the game where you can respec. Kind of interesting, actually. Well, we have no interest in respecking. We shall live with the choices that we have made in the past. Time to return to Solstheim. I'm sure Berliner is waiting with bated breath. Okay. So, well, I'll give you the short version, Berliner. I'll give you the longer version later when we've had a bit to eat and a bit to drink. But basically, I had to fight my way through various chapters of Apocrypha. And, well, Miraak, yeah, he was there at the top of his little tower, spouting his nonsense. I think he likes the sound of his own voice. Maybe it's a Dragonborn trait, perhaps. And, yes, we duelled. I didn't summon any of my assistants. I was mano a mano, to be fair, apart from the fact that he was absorbing dragon souls to replenish his health. Bit of a cheat, if you ask me, but, well, what can you do?
What do you need?
And then when he'd finally absorbed the soul of all the dragons present,
Okay, got it.
and he was desperate, firing spells of lightning in a desperate fashion, he knew his end was imminent. He could probably sense that I was too strong for him, you know.
Anything else?
I popped all my powers that allowed me to be immune to his spells and hardened to his physical attacks. I blasted him into a fiery death, really. It was great fun. You should have been there to see it, but, well, all I can do is write some memoirs in the future, and people can relive the tale. Yes, relive the tale they can in their imaginations. For only I shall know what it was really like. It was a royal hoot! Hell, we can't help but be smug. I mean, come on. This Miraak character. Such an arrogant fool he was. Sometimes a little bit of arrogance in your own camp is needed. Anyway, to finish off our adventures here, we're going to finish off the Poison Song series with book number 7 by Bristin Zell. Triffith stood on the parapets of Beiri Simian and considered the volcano. Metaphors the poets used felt rather flat in his view. A festering wound it could be called, with its blood like lava. The King of Ash, too, could be applied when one looked at its perpetual crown of smoke. And yet none of that would do, for nothing in his experience could convey the sheer magnitude of the mountain. Red Mountain was many miles away from the fortress, and yet it filled the horizon utterly. Before he could feel too small, however, he heard his name being called within. It was some consolation that, though he was insignificant compared to the mountain, he was still in possession of certain power and influence. "General Inderil Triffith," said Commander Rail, "there's trouble at the east gate." The trouble was scarcely more than a skirmish. An Ashlander, drunk perhaps on Shane, had begun a fight with the house guards at the back gate. As they tried to drive him away, his cousins joined him, and soon there were 6 Ashlanders together, brawling with a dozen of Triffith's guards. If the Noirs had not been well armed, the fight could have been finished almost before it began. As it was, by the time the general arrived with more of his guards, 2 of the Ashlanders were dead, and the others had taken flight. "It's a smoke in their brains," Rail shrugged. "Makes them mad." Triffith climbed back up the stairs and returned to his chamber to dress for dinner. General Redoran Vorilk and Councillor Hlalu Nothok would be arriving very shortly to discuss the temple's plans for reorganizing the houselands of Morrowind. Mournhold was to be renamed Almalexia. A great new city in honour of Vivek was to be built, but with whose gold? It made his head hurt. There were so many details. A long night of argument, threats, and compromises were ahead. The general's mind was so occupied that he nearly put his house robes on backwards. He also did not notice the shadowy figure steal out from behind the tapestry and close the door to the bedchamber. It was not until Triffith heard the sound of the latchbolt fall that he turned around. "Slipped in when I was distracted by the fracas at the back gate. Very clever, Tay," he said simply. "Or do you call yourself Dagoth Tython these days?" "You should know all my names," the young man snarled, unsheathing his sword. "I was Tython before you butchered my family and sought to dispel my tribe. I was Tay when you brought me into your house to poison me against my own people. Now you may call me Vengeance." There was a knock on the door. Tython and Triffith did not move their eyes from one another. The knocking became a loud pounding. "General Indral Triffith, are you well? Is there something wrong?" "If you're going to kill me, boy, you best do it quickly," Triffith growled. "My men will have that door down in 2 minutes." "You don't tell me what to do, uncle." Tython shook his head. "I have the song of my ancestors to instruct me. It tells me you made my father beg for his life before you killed him, and I want to see you do the same." "If your ancestors are all-knowing," Triffith smiled, "why are they all dead?" Tython made an inhuman noise in the back of his throat and advanced. The door began to buckle at the pounding, but it was sturdy and secure. The general's estimate of its life expectancy at 2 minutes seemed clearly erroneous. The pounding suddenly stopped. A familiar voice replaced the sound. "Tay?" called Bainara. "Listen to me." Tython smirked. "You're just in time to hear your uncle beg for his miserable life, cousin. I was afraid you'd be too late. The next sound you'll hear will be the death rattle of the man who slaved my house." "The song is what's enslaved you, not Uncle Triffith. You can't trust it. It's poisoning you. It lets you be manipulated first by that mad old woman, and now by that evil witch Acra, who calls herself your sister." Tython pressed the tip of his sword so it touched the general's throat. The older man stepped backwards, and Tython advanced. His eyes followed the length of his arm to the grip of the blade. The silver ring of Dagoth caught the red light of the volcano from the battlements outside the window. "Tay, please don't hurt anyone any more. Please. If you just listen to me and not the song just a moment, you'll know what's right. I love you." Bainara stifled her sobs to keep her voice clear and calm. There was a noise on the stairwell behind her. The general's guard had finally arrived with the battering ram. The door splintered and burst open in 2 strikes. General Indral Triffith was holding his throat, staring out the window. "Uncle, are you all right?" Bainara ran to him. He nodded his head slowly and removed his hand. There was only the barest of scratches on his neck. "Where's Tay?" He jumped out the window," said Triffith, pointing out into the distance where a figure was riding a car towards the volcano. "I thought he was going to kill himself, but he had an escape figured out." "We'll get him, Sir Joe General," said Commander Rail, calling to the guards to get their mounts. Bainara watched them go, and then kissed her uncle quickly and ran out to her own guar in the courtyard. Sweat drenched Tay's body as he rode closer and closer towards the summit of Red Mountain. The guar was breathing hard, trudging along even more slowly, letting out little grunts of complaint about the heat. Finally he abandoned his steed and began to climb the near vertical surface. Ash blew down the face of the volcano into his eyes. Near blind, it was almost impossible to ignore the persistent clamorous notes of the song. A silken stream of crimson lava, studded with crystalline formations, surged a few feet away, close enough that Tay could feel his flesh begin to burn and blister. He turned from it and saw a figure emerge through the smoke. Bainara. "What are you doing, Tay?" she cried over the howl of the volcano. "Didn't I tell you not to listen to the song?" "For the first time, the song and I both want the same thing," he yelled back. "I can't ask you to forgive me, but please try to forget." He pulled himself higher, out of Bainara's sight. She screamed his name, scaling the rocks until she found she was close to the open crater. Waves of boiling gas washed over her, and she dropped to her knees, gasping. Through the rippling miasma, she saw Tay standing at the mouth of the volcano. Flames erupted from his clothes and hair. He turned to her just for a moment and smiled. Then he leapt. Baynara was in a daze as she began the long treacherous climb down the volcano. She began to think of the projects ahead. Were there enough provisions in storage at her house in Gorn for the meeting of the houses? The councillors were bound to stay there for weeks, maybe months. There was much work to be done. Slowly, as she descended, she began to forget. It would not last, but it would be a start. Dagoth Akra stood as near to the mouth of the volcano as she could stand, blinking her eyes at the ash soaked by the heat. She watched all and smiled. On the ground was a silver ring with a seal of the House Dagoth. Typhon had been sweating so much it had slipped off. She picked it up and put it on her own finger. Touching her belly, she heard a new refrain of the Poison Song of Morrowind begin. And there we have it. The end of the series of the Poison Song, and the end of Skyrim with Elwynn. All that's left for him to do is to head back to the college, where he shall promptly take his retirement from adventuring to live out the rest of his days as the true Archmage of the college, looking after the students and the day-to-day affairs of its administration. So I hope you've enjoyed. It's been a long, long journey. And until next time, see you soon.
I can feel it. The tree stone is free again. The oneness of the land is restored. Does that mean... is it over? Is Miraak defeated?
Yes, Freya, Miraak is defeated. But Hermamora, he's still out there.
It was Miraak who threatened Solstheim. With him gone, Hermamora has been foiled once again. Tell me, my father's death, was it necessary? Was there no other way to destroy Miraak?
I don't think he would have helped me without the sacrifice.
Yes, his help which did not require him to kill my father. Such is the way of Hermamora, the eternal enemy of the Skull. One more thing, Skull friend, if you will. I know it is not my place, but may I offer a word of advice, of warning?
Of course. What is it?
As shaman of the Skull, I am charged with the spiritual well-being of my people. While you are not of the Skull, you are Skull friend, and so I give you this warning. Hermamora forced you to serve him in order to defeat Miraak. Do not let him lure you further down that path. The Allmaker made you Dragonborn for a higher purpose. Do not forget that. Walk with the Allmaker, Skull friend.
How did you do
Ah, here's the proud groom now. Let's begin the ceremony. It was Mara that first gave birth to all of creation and pledged to watch over us as her children. It is from her love of us that we first learned to love one another. It is from this love that we learn that a life lived alone is no life at all. We gather here today under Mara's loving gaze to bear witness to the union of two souls in eternal companionship. May they journey forth together in this life and in the next, in prosperity and poverty, and in joy and hardship. Do you agree to be bound together in love, now and forever?
I do. Now and forever.
Do you agree to be bound together in love, now and forever?
Of course I do.
Under the authority of Mara, the divine of love, I declare this couple to be wed. I present the two of you with these matching rings, blessed by Mara's divine grace. May they protect each of you in your new life together.
Congratulations on your wedding. I'm so happy for both of you.